What's going on, Switch Leaders? Hey, so much. I just want to say thank you for checking out this week's leader video as we roll into Switch Wars. And over the next couple of weeks, it is going to feel like so much fun as we watch students walk through the doors of our church who otherwise may not show up, which is why we're doing Switch Wars that will lead us into the bash. So quick highlight, this week is Water Wars. Make sure those of you who have students, you let your students know to bring a towel and to wear dark clothes, and we will be a combined switch, meaning that all of middle school and high school will be all together. All of the message and worship, everyone will be together. And I can't wait to see how God uses Switch Wars leading into the bash to reach students who desperately need it and to create an environment the way that we want, the way that we intend as Switch leaders. There's something so significant about knowing the permission that you and I get to step into on Wednesday night as leaders, but then also outside of that, being a representation of a follower of Jesus. But I want to talk about what does it mean to show up, yes, prepared, yes, full of the Holy Spirit, but also know the lane that we can run as a Switch leader. Because no matter the team, us understanding our role and the position that we all play together, it matters. You know, you've probably heard the expression 1,000 times. You have one weak link and the chain breaks. And I don't want ever for you to have to go back and forth of, okay, well, what can I touch on? What can I speak to? And what can't I at Switch? And so as Switch leaders, we want to create an environment that feels safe to our students. Obviously, we want to prepare, to love our students well, to follow up with them, to connect with their parents. All of those things matters. But let's just cover a couple of quick things as you can anticipate, and I am anticipating a large influx of brand new students who maybe have never been to church or haven't been to church in a really long time. And as students, there's going to be times where they push the boundaries on what is possible. What can they get away with? How do they act? How do they talk at Switch? And so I want to run through a couple of examples of things that you can anticipate and ways that we can have the best Switch over the next couple of weeks to create a safe environment for our students. And so if you ever see a student walking out the door, if you ever see a student that's all alone by themselves and walking down a hallway and kind of dodging their eyes, like not wanting to get caught, those are both things that you can speak to as far as, hey, where are you going? Or if a student's walking out the door, hey, can you tell me where you're going? Because actually once a student steps foot onto our campus, they cannot leave without parental consent of letting us know where they're going, or a parent saying that they're going. They can't jump in the car with another friend and leave, and this ensures safety for our students. If you ever see students outside of the basketball courts alone by themselves, I think it's easy for us to look at that and be like, oh man, that's great, they're having a great time. But if you don't say leaders out there, that's an area for you to jump in. And it doesn't matter the role that you play, because the moment that we step into an ideation of, well, that's their role and this is mine, it creates missed opportunities. And when we lean into a switch where not only are we becoming spiritually prepared, but we understand our role as a team, understanding our role and the opportunity that other teams play, but to say, hey, I want to jump in wherever I can, however I can, it makes a significant difference to give our students a consistent representation of what it means to be at Switch. So again, if you see a student talking in the middle of worship, you don't have to go and find their leader. You can walk up and say, hey, that's not something that we do right now. If you see some PDA going on, you can go and break that up and say, hey, that's not something that we do here at Switch, but I love that you guys are here. There's going to be all kinds of examples as we run through for the next couple of weeks, some things that you can anticipate. And even in the Switch leader text you saw, we're going to run through some things that we want you to know about being a Switch leader at Switch. Why? Because the culture that we create and choose, we choose on purpose to let our students know what they can expect at Switch, what they will find at Switch, and the type of students that we want to, disciple, but then also be able to bring in and send out as we love them well, like Jesus. And I want to highlight that because we will see a giant influx of students. So I want you to know the permissions that you can run with and to step into this week full of vision, full of faith, but also full of clarity, because clarity is kindness. And I want you to get to step in taking full advantage of the students that we're going to get the opportunity to reach. So the bash is coming up in 2 weeks. Make sure you look over that one pager where we're going to start talking about Stay Here, one of our mission partners that help to cease suicide and create suicide prevention in schools and awareness for students and adults to be able to talk about. We're going to have silent disco on that night. This week is Switch Water Wars. Next week is Switch Glow Wars. So a lot of things happening at Switch, and we will begin to talk about ways for our students to engage and own their faith. But that all starts with the environment that we create as leaders. So I can't wait to see you this Wednesday night. Cannot wait to serve alongside you. Love you guys so much. Peace.